Hi, I'm Barb, Meeple PhD, and my favorite play for February 2024 was Artisans of Splendent Vale. This is a campaign game where players take on the role of adventurers who live in this magical land, where people have come together to do artisan type work. Every night there are meteor showers that bring these red rocks down to the ground, and if you use those in the things that you are making, they can imbue them with special or magical powers. Each game, you are going to choose a location on the map that kind of grows as you play the game. It will give you a location in a book, so every player has a book that they are reading. The books are slightly different from player to player. There's some main text in each section that everybody reads, and then there are places where the different characters can insert what they're seeing or feeling or doing. For example, I have a character who is an artificer. They are really good with machines, and so they might look at something and find something mechanical to look at, where my partner is playing someone who can speak to the animals, and so their character might see a hole in the wall and go talk to some mice that are there. So once you've chosen a place on the map, you're going to start reading the place in your book that corresponds to that, and it will move you around to different places in your book, oftentimes bringing up maps that you're going to look at, and as you look at them, you'll see different numbers that correspond to places in your book that you can go to. At some point during this, you're probably going to have an encounter of some sort with some enemies or bad guys, and so you will move from your book into this encounter phase where you open the spiral book and you'll have this map where you put out your character, Meeples, and then you'll have some enemies that you're fighting. It'll give you instructions on how to do this based on dice rolls, and you will have your own abilities in your booklet that tell you what you can do that kind of start out the same from player to player, but then they kind of get better as you go along. And then at the end of the day, you'll have a little interlude where you can rest and heal up a little bit, maybe do some crafting, which is where I get to build more things for myself. Or sometimes it's just that I will interact with my partner at home in the story and see how that plays out. And so it's just been a really pleasant thing to immerse ourselves in this story. We've been playing basically every weekend since Christmas. We are a little more than halfway through, I think, the whole campaign, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds and what's going to happen next. So for that reason, Artisans of Splendent Vale has been my favorite for this month. I hope you've had a great month gaming. Be sure to go look me up on Instagram and YouTube as Meeple PhD, and I have a blog at meeplephd.com. Otherwise, I'll see you next month.